Okay viewers, we are back again, we're back. But this time we're at the top of the tower. Not that tower, this tower, the police station tower. And it's starting to tumble. Piece by piece we're crunching and we're munching. Off we go. Okay viewers, we're at the top of the tower. Not that tower, not the Blackpool Tower. This police station tower. It's the one we've been waiting for, and he's already chomping his way through it. Here we have the beast itself, the beast. It's not the Dark Destroyer, it's not the Chomper and Muncher, it's not the Volvo, it's the beast. The number one predator. Taking apart everything in its path within its reach, and by God has it got some reach. It's got a reach of around about 70 metres, this one. This is the Predator. Okay, a little bit of information we've got on this machine then. It's actually a Caterpillar 6015B. The counterweight that we saw put on the back is on its own is around about 30 tonnes. That's why it come on its own transporter. The base itself, the base weighs around about 120 tonnes. The total machine weight is around about 230 tonnes. The tracks, the counterweight and the booms are removed for transport, and it's got telescopic high reach boom. It's got everything. It also got a digging boom, the cab tilt so the driver doesn't strain his neck, and DSM are the demolition firm, we already know that. So there we have it. That's what we've got up to now on this machine. All in all, we'll just abbreviate it and call it the Beast. Very, very windy in Blackpool today. I think that's probably the reason why they're not bothering with any water on this at the moment. When I saw it being used in Liverpool, it had water coming off the top of the machine to keep the dust down, but there's absolutely no point in the amount of wind that we got in Blackpool today. And that's why the drone's not going any higher than what it is now. It's already been shook around quite a lot. But I'm trying my damnedest to do the best for you guys. And it's starting to look incredible. Okay. So he's just probing around, looking about, seeing where his next opening is going to come from. Boom. Good night. Okay. So you got to remember we're around about 32 metres high here at the top of this building. So all in all just over 100 feet. So quite a way down when he drops these bits and pieces off that he drops, and when anything crashes it's got a fair way to travel before it hits the deck. That's one way to find an opening. Just straight through the side of the building. Well, that's the way to do it. Okay. My God. You can't chip away at it, smash your way through it. That's the answer with this machine by the looks of it. Cracking shot there anyway, Blackpool Tower in the background. Absolutely fabulous, and the old Woolworths Tower, clock tower there as well, which is now on top of Witherspoons. The old Woolworths building. But the removal of this tower is going to change the skyline of Blackpool forever. Okay, you're gonna have to excuse me for the shakiness of this this video. It's extremely high winds that we're encountering today, as you can see. Certain objects in this production. There's lots of stuff waving around out there, and when we get them gusts, it doesn't throw the drone. Oh, okay, straight in there at the top. Taking no prisoners, this one. Just trying to find that major opening, isn't he, in that corner? This is the one big move where he can get in there and start probing around, causing some real damage. So I've no idea what used to be on the upper floors of this police station. We only got as far as the ground floor, being a member of the general public. Yeah, so the ground floor of the police station itself, which in fact would have been the first floor down below, it was actually where the main desk was for inquiries, etc., of the police station. And that was the only part of the station that was open to the general public. Unless you got arrested, of course, then you could have ended up anywhere in this building, who knows. Pretty amazing when you realise the amount of weight that's on the end of this machine, and it's just bobbing around there 100 feet in the air. The chomper head on it, the pulverizer, the T-Rex once more, destructing everything in its path. Yeah, so this building itself is around about, well, it's going to be now about 65-year-old, this police station. Very early 1960s it was built. Yeah, on the former site of Central Station, basically. Central Station was not very far from this station itself. Okay, the main hub of Central Station was, of course, what is now Coral Island. It's where the old steam trains used to rattle in back in the day. And at the time, it was one of the busiest train stations in the world, believe it or not, was Blackpool train station. Wow, look at that falling down there, the roof. Absolutely sodden that was, did you? I don't know if you noticed that. The roof must have been holding quite a lot of water up there. Just sending it all to ground, all the rubble. Then they're going to have the painstaking process of sifting through it all and recycling what needs to be recycled and dumping what needs to be dumped, I suppose. The whole process of what we've seen since day one of this demolition. Yeah, so this machine's a Caterpillar. It's the only Caterpillar that we've come across on this demolition. The other machines we've been encountering have been, of course, the Kobelco, the Hyundai, and the Volvo. Going up to the roof here, going to apply a bit of pressure as you can bring this roof down again, I think. Yes. Here we go. You can just see North Pier in the distance there, the Joe Longthorne Theatre out to sea there. On the end of North Pier, the Joe Longthorne Theatre. Named after famous singer-comedian Joe Longthorne, of course, who frequented Blackpool many occasions. It's also laid to rest in Blackpool as well, Joe Longthorne. There goes the roof. So of course we're attacking the east face of the building at the moment. Which is why I'm tackling it with the drone. To be fair, I do have some cameras trained on the west side and also the south side, but not of much use to us at the moment. Hopefully there will be some use as we move along, but I very much doubt today. I think we're just going to be on the back of the building, the east face. I'm going for the top wall here. Is he going for the side wall? He's going for the side wall. Yes, he is. Come on, let's see a crash. Let's see a tumble. Oh yeah, weakened it, weakened it, weakened it. Here we go. It's gonna go. It's gonna blow. Boom. Goodbye. Good night, Vienna. Ta-ra. Wow. Okay. It's a long way down. We're now made a mess in that corner. There's a big chunk there bellowing out as well on this edge. as we try and get a little bit closer to the T-Rex ahead here. But to drop the altitude of the drone here a little bit, the wind is just carrying it away. So for the safety of the drone and the safety of anybody else below, got to drop the altitude and try and stay out of the wind at the back of the building here. To use the building itself to try and break them gusts. Look, you can see the pleasure beach in the distance there, the big one out there on the horizon. Down in the main yard there, they've got the stone crusher, the Cabelco and the digger there. Still making piles and piles of hardcore rubble that will of course be recycled. Okay, so he's making fairly quick work of this this demolition on this station. I was talking to staff on the ground here, and they earmarked it at around about 2 weeks. So you take away the weekends that they have off, we're looking around about 10 days of demolition to drop this building. And I'm going to try and cover every bit of it. He's ramming it through the side of the building there. So you can see by the way the dust's swirling around up here that there's no amount of water would keep that lot down. Not a chance. The wind's just too much. Don't worry, we're 2 floors down. It's now starting on the 3rd floor from the top, making very good progress on this one. Very good progress. The beast in action, doing what the beast does best, I suppose. Straight through that wall, look at that, wow. That's going to tumbling, isn't it? There we go, all the way down, boom. Yes, there's a fair bit of rubble down there that they've got Got to sift through and sort. So I don't quite know how they're going to work this. Probably he'll move from one face to another on different days, while the other machines can sift through and separate everything below. That's just a guess. It's just a guess. I'm just surmising that's what's going to happen. Otherwise, they're going to have to totally stop the demolition while they sort out all the rubble below. They can't just let it mount up. At some point, they're going to have to sift through it. So I'm just wondering if that's the way they'll do it. If they'll move on to a different face while it's being done, like an opposite face, and then come back round once the rubble's been moved. Who knows? Time will tell. We'll see. There's going to be many questions arising as we go through this process. I mean, I have noticed that the Volvo is doing absolutely nothing now. It's just sat parked up. So I'm wondering if that'll play a part once more once this gets down to 2 or 3 floors. I suppose when it gets lower down, the Volvo will be able to play a part once more. And I think that's when you'll get 2 or 3 machines working in unison. At the moment we've got the high reach there until it gets down to the last couple of floors, and then of course you could bring the Volvo into play once more. Once again, I'm only surmising. Wow. Of course, that was taken from my camera on the south side. Which will capture everything on this south side as we go along, and also on the west side. That picture just shows the sheer size of this machine, doesn't it? And it's barely used any of the telescopic features. The reach is a whole lot higher than that when it needs to be. Yeah, so when you're looking at that picture from here, you can see that this machine is definitely not going to be used for sorting through the rubble. It's only for high reach, as you can see. So the other machines will definitely be coming into play towards the base. I wouldn't be shocked if they move it onto another face while that's cleared. But all the rubble is taken down today. I wouldn't be shocked if it moves onto another face while it's cleared. It makes perfect sense to me. Certainly making short work of these side walls. They're crumbling very, very easily. Severe crack just run down the middle of that then. That's massively weakened that panel. Oh, is it gonna go? Is it gonna go? There she blows, she's away. Gone. Gone with the wind. Gone with the wind. It's a hungry machine, is this one, for sure. Yeah, when you look at it, it's absolutely so dated, this building, isn't it, really? I mean, you've got your old buildings that stand forever, and then you've got this 1960s prefabricated concrete. They're awful, really, aren't they? They're just an eyesore. I mean, they were apparently modern back in the day, but they're certainly not modern now, are they? The dexterity of this machine's unbelievable, isn't it? It just looks so flimsy up there, yet it's so strong. This is a great shot here from this angle. I'm able to get up close to the goings on here, using the building itself to shade us from the wind. Still getting a bit of a bobble around, but extremely close to the building here. You can see, by the way, that everything's wafting around, the amount of wind that we're tackling up here. Really hoping that over the coming days this wind dies down, because we'll be able to get some fantastic footage if the wind dies down. Great shot of the football ground there in the distance, straight behind. Bloomfield Road football ground. Diving, probing around, looking, chomping, munching, dragging and destroying. The beast in action. I was going to pull that out, whatever it is. It looks like some sort of ducting or piping. Was. That's gone. It's gone. Whoa, big crash, yes! Had to happen sooner or later, didn't it? It had to happen. See, things like that, there's no way you could have the other machines underneath there sorting through that rubble. That's what I'm getting at. They'd have to be at a different face. Or maybe they'll just do a day with no demolition and just get rid of the rubble altogether at the same time, get 3 or 4 machines on it. I don't know, I have no idea. We'll just have to wait and see. There's one thing for sure, they can't just keep mounting up there and not moving it. It's going to have to go sooner or later, they're going to have to sift through it all. Well, for the first day, they've certainly put a dent in this building, haven't they? Wow. When you consider it's just one head that's doing the work here, one machine. It's what, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're entered into the 4th floor down now from the top. Oh, I just so wish that the wind dies down, because some of the footage we'll be able to get of this machine working, if that wind's not there, it will be absolutely incredible. I just can't wait to be able to be part of it. once again he's going back for that centre wall. Okay, I think that on the top of the roof there, where the roof ladder is up the top there, I think that actual part there is the workings. There's a lift there, there's a lift that goes straight down the centre of this building apparently. We've yet to have it uncovered. So there's going to be a lift, and there will be a stairwell, of course. There has to be a stairwell and a lift. Looking in, and he's just looking. There has to be a camera on this for sure, surely, the way it goes out of sight from the cab. I have noticed that the cab tilts to make it easier for the driver to watch. It actually tilts up at an angle, quite a large angle as well. I'll have to get that on the next video, show you the tilt on the cab. I just feel that because of the inclement weather, because of the high winds, he's probably been a little bit careful as well. I would imagine on a day where there's no wind and rain, you know, if there's a bit of rain and no wind, I think that'd be perfect conditions for this machine to work, because the rain will keep the dust down and he'll just plough through the building. Of course, the rain's no good for the drone, so we'll have to see what we encountered. But at the moment, the wind's a big problem. As you can see, that dust's not going down; it's just going up in the air. What a piece of kit this is, though, when you think about it. The height it's working at, the weight of it, the body itself, and the dexterity of the arm, everything combined is incredible. I'd tell you what, another thing I found absolutely incredible is the way you could build itself without a crane. I expected to see cranes here lifting pieces into place. I didn't realise it could build itself. They absolutely thought of everything when they designed this machine, and what a machine it is. Ooh. It's a long way down. Wow. The depth that he went into that building then, this is certainly, it must have cameras on the head of it somewhere. For it to be able to see what he's doing. Going for this side panel now. Okay, this is the view of the vantage point that I've got on my other camera for the forthcoming days. So, as you can imagine, when the work starts on any of these sides, we're going to get a perfect vantage point here. The zoom lens up there and it'll be phenomenal. Wow, bang, gone. It's going. Gone. It's certainly put a big hole in this side of this building now. Already 4 floors down. 4 floors down on this side, on the east side. If you look at that wall directly below you there with the billboards on it, that was the old railway sidings from Central Station back in the day, in the 60s. That was where the steam trains used to roll in. The old railway sidings there, the wall down there you could see then. Just thought I'd point that out as a matter of interest. Back to the demolition. Wow, look at this. Okay guys, I'm coming to the end of this video now, so we're going to wrap it up very, very shortly. I'm hoping that this wind drops overnight, yeah, because we can get a lot better footage than what we're getting now if this wind drops from the drone. Okay, so hopefully keep our fingers crossed that we get the weather we need, and hopefully it'll start on that south side as well. If we get some of that south side moving, we'll get some cracking footage from our fixed camera position. Okay, I'm going to leave you with that, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and let's keep our fingers crossed that this wind dies down, because it's definitely hampering the videos at the moment. But it will all get better, I'm sure. Okay guys, see you for now. Ta-da! Okay viewers, if you like what you see, pop your comments in below, and don't forget to hit that like button and the notification bell, because we love it when you do that. And don't forget to share. See you soon in my next presentation. Catch you later. It's not your boy Leroy, signing off. Ta-da!